It's just amazing how you make it. Yeah, I want to watch this.
Hello, everybody. Welcome onto the stream. We're here a little early.
The entity
I'm not
is
sure
actually
when.
an infant compared to the other Eldritch
I'm not
God.
sure
and
when
the
this,
entity's
the
realm is like a
actual
drawing currently attached to a
PTB will come out, but we're live.
refrigerator.
That's what's
It's
important, I
that's
guess.
actually really good. I really like that idea.
Welcome.
It's cool. And again, maybe who knows?
We'll see.
You know,
We'll
this
see. We'll see.
game
We'll see.
is 7, 8 years old now. Maybe in 88 years. Who knows where it's gonna be? You know, everything's
Welcome in. We'll be watching the stream while this is happening, and then we'll be switching to, obviously, PTB gameplay once that's live as well. So welcome in. Hope you enjoy the time here. Internal, what's up? Welcome. Hope you can hear me fine. Let me see if I can refresh the chat. Hold up a minute. It's not. I hate it when it does that, where it doesn't register my. Well, welcome, internal. What's up, Dylan? Welcome. You tripped and fell here. It's like one of those TikToks. So I'm not really sure how this is gonna work, cause usually what they do. Okay, here we go. Here's my actual good chat coming in. Okay. Thank you, internal. I really appreciate it. Also, thank you for the cosmetics as well too. Appreciate it too. But yeah, I'm not really sure how this is gonna work, cause. Also, internal, have fun too playing TCM. I would be playing TCM right now, honestly, if there wasn't a DBD stream and like PTB on it. Also, if my game every single time that I update it for like a couple hours on this PC, it crashes my whole PC for some reason. It takes a couple hours to like refresh for some reason. I don't know what it's about, but I'm doing good, Dylan. I'm doing good. I'm alive. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it is, honestly. I'm not complaining about it. It's good. So as I said, I don't know what is going to happen, because usually the PTV content comes out at 8, but now they're doing the stream at 8, so I don't know if they're releasing both things at the same time, or if they're going to wait until after the stream is over. So we'll just be hanging out here, but as soon as the PTV content obviously drops out, we're switching over, we're downloading the PTV, and we're playing that, and just reacting to the stream in the meantime. So we'll see what they say. I'll keep an eye on also on Steam. Yeah, I don't know. It's it's an interesting thing they did today for some reason. I don't know what it's about. Over here. I don't feel. God damn it. Do you have a direct line with the amphibious president? All right, here we go. This is the actual trailer. Wait, is this for? Oh, second anyway. Okay. Dead by Daylight.
What the? Never mind.
Oh.
Don't mind if I do. Jesus!
You know what's funny? I think I came up to play DBD around this time, like 2020-ish. So mainly 2021.
Don't you walk away from me, sir. Oh man, that is so beautiful. I really like that.
No!
Oh my god!
Please.
You're dead.
All right, let's go. Some shit did leak, so I think they're kind of cooked in that regard. Thank you, I really appreciate it. God damn it. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. It's hilarious. Here we are.
Live. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. That trailer gets me so hyped.
So
gonna
hyped.
check
Oh
if
my
the PTB
goodness.
is out,
It's so
actually.
good. And the jump scare at the
Anytime.
end is necessary.
Yes. So, hi, everybody around the world and YouTube and Twitch and OpenRec. We're in Japanese. We're in Portuguese. We
Goddamn.
are in Spanish and, of course, English, because that's what we're capable of. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. This is DBD's
Apologize.
official 8th anniversary celebration.
Yes, and it's truly amazing to already
Oh,
know
it
that we're
opens
on
it.
our
Oh,
third
man.
live stream of the year. With
Yeah, they've
only
been live
more to
streaming a lot
come,
this year.
And we just have to say thank you on
Like a
behalf
lot.
of the entire Dead by Daylight team for 8 amazing years of support from community worldwide.
Yep. So today we are going to be looking
No
at
PTB yet
everything that's
out.
coming over the coming year. We're going to be starting pretty soon after our little intro here with something that we already teased a few days ago, and that's Dungeons and Dragons coming to Dead by Daylight. So it's going to be a full chapter. We're going to dive into that, and in fact, after the show today, that will be playable on Steam on the PTB.
Yeah,
After
I'm
the
really
stream,
looking
okay,
forward to
so
it.
I'm
But
fucked.
this
Got
wouldn't
it.
be a Dead by Daylight anniversary live stream without a couple of surprises. So you're definitely going to want to stay for the full broadcast to see everything we've got
Yes,
to
sure,
reveal
sure.
today. But we've also got a live Q&A. So if you have any questions, please do make sure to drop them in your respective chats so we can answer as many as
So
possible.
let me know if for
at
some
the end of
reason
stream.
the
But let's go ahead and
the
take a look
volume
at
is too
what
weird.
our run of show is
me
for today.
versus them.
Yep, we've got a great one lined up. We're going to be joined by our buds.
I'm
Steph
excited
and
about this
Justin
stuff, and also
to
like
walk you through
the
our year 9, which is a crazy number.
like
Year
expansion
9
of the
content
universe.
and
you know?
design roadmap. And then after that, Senior
I don't know
Product
what it is, though,
Manager Derek is going to join us to talk about upcoming gameplay and quality of life improvements coming to the game, including one that you're not going to want to miss.
Yes, and then we'll have Dave and
Okay.
Janik here to reveal everything coming with the latest
Hold up a minute.
casting of Frank Stone by Supermassive and an unnamed multiplayer PvE game by Midwinter. Then
Wait,
we'll have
whoa,
Justin,
whoa.
a completely different Justin from the one
Wait,
Eric talked about.
well, you can't just drop that
coming
in there
with,
like that.
This year's in-game
What do you mean a PvE?
shenanigans for the anniversary. And last, we'll have our Q&A, which, once again, drop your questions in the chat so we can answer as many as possible. And who knows, we might have some other little surprises.
And
Oh,
while you're
I fixed that
dropping
just now. I think it was
questions,
like a
we
couple
thought
seconds
we would
behind.
drop some content on you. You like that?
Yeah, I like that.
I just made that up.
It should be
Twitch
good now.
drops are back. So if you've watched our streams before, we like to offer Twitch drops to our viewers, and today is no exception. So they're live right now, and you can get them by connecting your Behavior account to your Twitch account. So there should be a QR code you can see. There should be links in the Twitch chat to jump over and get that hooked up if you're not already.
Yes, and if you're new to Twitch Drops with Dead by
Hold up a
Daylight,
minute.
all you need to know is that by watching any Dead by Daylight stream in the Twitch directory, you'll be accruing watch time, which will allow you to claim 3 of the Twitch Drops we have active today until May 28th. The first one, if you've
Yeah,
been with
visual.
us since the start of our stream,
I
you're
got
already
it.
on your way to
Thank you.
claiming, which is going to be the
Let me see if I can
Totem
turn on the
in-game
actual
badge.
my cam. There
And
we go.
then after this, if you watch any other Dead by Daylight stream for 4 hours, you'll get the Crimson Hue in-game banner. And then lastly, for 8 years, 8 watching
There we go.
time,
Yep.
you'll be able to get the Greenville, Welcome to Greenville in-game banner.
Yep. So enjoy those drops. But we mentioned surprises, and we've got one to kick the show off with. So the first of which is actually a new game.
Oh my God!
We-
What? What the?
We've got a game that we haven't told anybody about yet.
These
It's
bitches.
from the world of Dead by Daylight. We're going to share it with you
Sounds
right now.
good.
It features
Intro.
some familiar faces. And most importantly, it is
Say hi to Anthony for
super
me.
duper fun, and I think you'll be surprised. So let's take a look.
What in the hell? Is that a board game? What the hell is this? They're being sucked in. What the fog?
Well, you've done it now.
Get
Jake.
the
You
fuck
just
out.
had
What is
to
this?
touch the first board game. Now, you and your friend are trapped in our world, and danger is everywhere.
That's kind of hilarious, I'm
Don't
not gonna lie.
despair. Use your new magic abilities against the swarms of monsters that want you dead. Run, jump, and shoot to collect blood points to repair generators, increasing your powers along the way. Unlock the door to escape together.
Dwight does so cute. What the hell?
Did you just die? It's not
Yeah,
over
so the
yet.
DVD Funko Pop.
Use
Yep.
spells to keep your friend alive until they can revive you. Do you and your friend have what it takes to survive? Ponder this as you ask yourselves, what the fuck?
Wait, it's out now? Get the game for free with the behavior account. Well, I guess we're playing it at some point this week and just posting a video on it.
Oh my god, that song is so earwormy. It's gonna get stuck in my head.
The game itself is like the guitar solo of video games.
Yeah, like I'm already gonna walk away and just okay. But anyway, yes, you saw that correctly. What the Fog is now available, and it's not only that, but it's free for current behavior account holders.
Current, so
and new
okay.
subscribers. But we do have a limit of free keys, so you're gonna want to make sure that you
Oh,
make your behavior
fuck.
account after the stream, of course, or in another tab. Just don't leave.
Okay, it's like limited.
But
Got it.
Go ahead and grab that, claim it on your account, and if you're unable to, then you're able to get it on Steam, which is exclusively on Steam for $4.99 USD.
Oh, I mean,
Yep. And as you might expect with the drops, now a free game. A lot of people watching the stream. There might be some load on our behavior login system. So if there is, bear with us. We will get you in the door, and don't worry, you'll get the game.
thank you.
So as you might have been able to tell from that trailer, What the Fog?
What the
which
Fog?
is just the best title.
That's hilarious.
It's a two-person co-op roguelite. The simple goal of surviving and
It's so
escaping
funny.
with each increasingly difficult level.
Huh.
So to do that, you go head-to-head with swarms of monsters and bosses, and as we mentioned, lots of heavy metal guitar.
Yes.
Heavy metal
So
guitar.
Eric and I
That's so
got
funny.
to play it before launch, and honestly,
Yeah.
it was so crazy fun. Like, I had that song stuck in my head for weeks. But you need to make sure that you get your hands on it so that you can have fun, survive, and then get the fog out.
Nice. So
Get the
that out of the way. See, you weren't expecting that.
The puns.
Wait, what? Surprises?
We're going to dive into the show. So we're going to
All right,
hand
let's do
things
it.
over to Stefan and Justin to talk about Dead by Daylight.
On the PTB,
Year
brother.
9 roadmap.
Just kidding. I'm sorry. We'll be patient. Year 9 roadmap. Okay. What are we looking to? There. I'm moving my camera. Sorry. So I can use some of this to the, to a video or something. Okay. Also, welcome in anybody who's new in here who's coming in. Figure they showed the roadmap after the chat. Yeah, I know, right? I guess they're just trying to make to kind of just give you like a little bit of a teaser for what's coming, I guess, or like when to expect certain things. Things I'm excited for. Casting a Fragged Stone. When the hell is that coming? The new chapter, obviously.
Thank you for joining us. It's great to be back with you celebrating Dead by Daylight's 8th year anniversary.
I think they're
I'm
just live.
Beauchamp, head of
They're like
production.
moving shit
And I'm
around in
Justin
live,
Brown,
like
product
real time. I think that's what it
director.
is.
Really excited to be here with you today to talk a little bit about Dead by Daylight's Year 9 roadmap.
I'm going to take a second here at the top of the show to give a big shout out to our absolutely phenomenal
Yeah.
team that's working on the game day in, day out. They are the reason we are here with you
Oh,
today
goodness.
and celebrate 8
I'm good,
amazing
don't
years
worry.
of Dead by Daylight. Before going any further, I just want to address something that's probably going to get talked about quite a bit in the chats across the different channels. We know since the last update, there's been a rubber banding issue that's been plaguing the game. The team has been working extremely hard at it over the last few weeks.
These fucking
We
captions
have
are
a tentative fix that the
Oh.
team has been working on that we're hoping to test on the PTB later today.
awful.
If everything is successful with that, we will be deploying that fix to live, and hopefully it should improve the situation. But it's still to be confirmed. So keep an eye on our channels for that. We'll keep you all posted about this.
It's been like not
Moving
it's bad
into
anymore, but still,
the
yeah,
future
it's,
a little bit.
it's still a problem for
The
sure.
coming year for Dead by Daylight is going to be huge, and that's saying something coming off of our biggest years to date. Since the last anniversary,
Since
we
we announced me,
have
yeah.
released amazing licensed content such as Alien, Chucky, Alan Wake, and a personal favorite of mine, Nick Cage. Such an amazing addition to the game. On top of that, we've also released our most popular original chapter to date, All Things Wicked.
Of course, we can't forget we did the Halloween event, which was bigger and better than ever with the introduction of the Void. This year, we introduced the concept of modifiers in Dead by Daylight, starting in February Lights Out. We followed it with My Little Oni, and soon, later this week, we'll introduce Chaos Shuffle, the third one. We took a few steps towards improving the player experience between anti-face champ, Blood Web UX improvements, the killer FOV slider, Survivor DC bots, and even the search bar. So there's a lot there.
It's a lot that happened this year for
finally,
sure. They're
we've
doing a
taken
lot of
few
work.
big steps towards increasing our transparency, our communication with regular live streams on each of our content releases.
I appreciate that, honestly.
Enough talking about the past. Let's dive into the future and what's really coming up for this year. We're happy to announce today that we have 6 new chapters currently in the works, and 2 of those chapters will be Survivor-only chapters.
Holy shit.
On top of that, we'll have the usual 4 new tomes that are going to be coming out spread throughout the year. As we've talked a little bit and teased even earlier last week, the first chapter that's going to be coming out is Dungeons and Dragons.
2 licensed chapter back and
forth. We're actually going to deep dive that in a soon-to-come segment shortly after this one, and it really promises to bring great gameplay and new characters to the world of Dead by Daylight.
Of course, we're going to follow that with a licensed survivor, a character who truly embodies the meaning of that word. After that, an iconic Killer Survivor duel will be coming into the fall.
Iconic.
If you stick around to the end of the show, you're going to get a little preview as to what that will be. We'll finish off 2024 with an original Killer and Survivor chapter, and we'll finish off the Year 9 roadmap with a licensed Killer-only chapter, followed by an original Survivor-only.
It's a lot of stuff coming up. Moving a bit
They're working
away from
hard.
the content roadmap, we're going to take a closer look at the 4 pillars out of which the year will be.
Yeah, they might
based
actually
on.
have a chance for next year, yep.
For those of you who have been with us for a long time, you'll see that there's consistency throughout the years with the 4 pillars that we're focusing on, but we're really adjusting the contents of each so that we're working on the features that have the most value and the most interest to all of our players in ways where we can expand the game further and further.
Of course, and we're going to start off with the trust and security pillar. Firstly, we're thrilled with the response to our
now we're in
broadcasts, and we're really happy to let you know fully expect more to come as we progress throughout the year, accompanying all of our major releases. Security is a topic we rarely talk about publicly for good reason. But one thing I will inform you all of is last year we set out to start tackling this AFK bots problem that we see, especially in some regions of the game. Phase 1 had very promising results, and we're certainly going to be taking that forward another step into Phase 2 in the coming year. Our next 2 pillars, live balance and quality of life, we won't discuss too much. Of course, you can expect regular live balance updates throughout the year and new quality of life. But my friend and colleague Derek will be coming up in the gameplay improvement segment to cover more on that topic, including an announcement on one of the most highly requested features ever in Dead by Daylight.
This one's going to be really, really exciting. Stay tuned for that because that is really something.
I'm teasing as I get with the shit.
Last but not least, our 4th pillar, events evolution.
That'd be kind of cool, actually.
Events have always been a fundamental part of the game, especially the seasonal events. And this is something we're going to keep pushing forward over the coming year.
So sorry if you get ads.
We're starting to do a bit of a split.
Or if anybody gets ads.
We're going to have our events happening on a separate matchmaking queue, which essentially means that at any time there's an event ongoing, you can decide to still play normal Dead by Daylight if that's what you're looking for, but you can also go into the event-specific queue and play some of that gameplay.
Interesting.
This is really going to allow us to push gameplay further and further away from the typical way Dead by Daylight normally works.
So I guess for events, you can select the queue if you want to for that, or just go back to normal. Interesting.
On top of that, we can also expect more modifiers to make it in the game, whether it's the one we've talked about just before, that are going to be revisited throughout the year, or introducing new modifiers that are either tweaks on something or something completely different. But modifiers is just a little sliver of what we're planning to do this year. I think we have something a little bigger that might be coming up.
Absolutely, and that's why I'm so happy to be here and let you guys know that for the first time ever, this summer, Dead by Daylight will have a new mode, not modifier, but a mode coming to you all.
2v8.
We've been listening and hearing your feedback, and I'm really happy to let you know that this summer, replacing Scorching Barbecue will be the first ever time-limited 2v8 mode.
I just saw that.
Daylight. We'll be doing a full breakdown of what this mode is when we get closer to the release. But for now, I'm going to thank my friend Stefan for joining me, invite my friend Matt to the couch to talk a little bit more about this, and here's a snippet of what's to come.
There we go. I can open on my phone. 2v8, dude, this is gonna be awesome. Like, I'm so hyped for this. This did leak earlier, which kind of sucked, but Like, this is awesome. I mean, already people did it on like modded DBD, so like they're just taking obviously from that. The Ink Demon, yes, that'll be fun. Ooh, no hooks, but cages, yeah. Damn. I'm excited for that.
Boom. Thank you for joining us, Matt. Well, I know it's still early and everything is subject to change. I think it's going to be really fun to sort of let the community in on some of our plans for this upcoming 2v8 introduction.
Absolutely.
That's so awesome.
Thanks, Justin.
It's a mode also too, so it's not unlimited.
2v8 is coming to DBD.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is a new game mode, which is really cool. Other gameplay events that we've done before, so Lights Out, My Little Oni, soon Chaos Shuffle, these are what we're calling modifiers. And modifiers basically take a DBD match, change a few things, but ultimately you're still playing DBD. With this new game mode, 2v8, we're fundamentally changing the way that you play Dead by Daylight. In this particular case, there's 2 killers, 8 survivors, and a bunch of new changes that we're going to get into very shortly. The focus with 2v8, we really wanted to hone in on what's exciting and fun and chaotic with DBD, and we're leaning more into a party mode.
You know, I briefly thought that Dylan. I briefly thought that they might release that. Actually, like
it's also
the whole game just collapses.
The way that we're building this, it's an iterative process, right? And this is just the first iteration. So we'll be looking to add more content, more gameplay in the future, based on community feedback.
Absolutely, and I'm super excited to see what everybody says about this mode when it comes out. So first, let's break down a few of the key changes that we know are going to be coming for 2v8 this summer.
Okay.
I mean, of course, there's still generators, there's still exit gates, there's just more of them.
Okay.
We've made 5 maps bigger to accommodate all of the
5
action,
maps
all of
bigger?
the chaos.
Damn.
And we're also doing away with perks in this mode, instead introducing a new sort of 2v8 exclusive system called classes for survivors.
Classes?
That's right. Yeah, so when it comes to survivors, basically once you've chosen your character, you can select and equip a player class. And this class is effectively your power for the match, and it helps players identify what your role is within the team.
Nice.
So instead of mixing and matching perks, instead we really wanted to focus on a particular play style for this. And
that's actually fine, honestly, that's better.
Repair, healing, looping, speed, that kind of thing. That's what we're really going for with these classes.
Of course, and there's also just cowering in the corner, which is my own preferred play style for survivors, which is great. And it'll work a little differently for killers. You'll be able to choose from one of the 5 original killers.
Oh, so
each with their own specific gameplay. Killers obviously have powers, so they don't have classes in this mode, but we will be introducing a new mechanic, which is a team power. For example, if you are the Wraith, when you cloak yourself, if your teammate is within a certain radius of you, they will also get the undetectable status effect, allowing you to coordinate a sort of team stealth attack. Should make for some entertainment. The reason that we're focusing on the 5 original killers is just to make sure that this is as accessible as possible.
That makes
They're all free, everybody can play them, everybody can have fun. We want you to enjoy the content and give us your feedback. And in my opinion, the best part of this whole mode is the 2. It's the first time ever that success and failure as a killer does not rely solely on
one
your
person.
shoulders. You have a teammate to sort of benefit from, learn from, or even, blame when things go poorly.
You fucked up.
Together, it's just going to make the match so much more.
Maybe they should add
absolutely
proximity chef with this mode.
Lastly, it's worth mentioning that
you're welcome.
This mode, we really wanted to keep the action pace and the momentum flowing. During our play tests, we found that the process of downing a survivor, picking them up, carrying them to the hook, it really started to slow things down for this mode in particular. So we're doing away with hooks as well. There's no hooks in 2v8. Instead, once a killer downs a survivor, they'll be able to send them to a cage.
That's nice.
This works very similar to Pyramid Head. It will teleport the survivor to another part of the map, away from the killers.
Nice.
And of course, this still counts as hook states. So once you've been hooked 3 times, you'll be out of the match.
Call of Duty.
And as Justin said before, there will be 5 original killers coming to this iteration of this game mode. But we will be looking to add more as we iterate on it and add more to it.
I don't mind it.
We'll also be improving the game as it goes along. So content will be coming in as well as updates to classes and gameplay.
So it's going to be class-based for that mode, which is nice.
And
no
to
perks.
all of you at home, if you want to learn more about 2v8, please join us in our July live stream. We will hope you're looking forward to this year 9 for now, back to you, Eric and Dork.
All right. Yeah, they're like switching live. It's kind of hilarious to see them running around. You're. Nemesis Static Rocket Launcher. So it's only gonna be the 5 original characters. Nothing else to launch. They didn't play survivors. I'm assuming. Can you play any survivor, or is it just the 5 original, like the original survivor that came with the free game? That's a good question. I don't know. Stars.
Oh my god, that roadmap.
Great segment. Great beard, Stefan. People were loving the wet beard in chat.
God damn it.
But the real story, 2v8.
2v8, yes. I cannot wait to dodge hatchets and chainsaws at the same time.
I can't
Imagine
wait,
if fucking yeah,
players
they
to
Billy
finally
and
have friends that they can play
Yeah,
with.
get some friends in the fog. Forge friendships in the fog.
But that was a great segment to watch. I loved the reactions in chat. I think the guys did a really good job of explaining this is the first iteration, and there's going to be a lot of changes based on community feedback. So
Let's go.
that's why we're not just flipping the switch and making it permanent all of a sudden. You need to actually get the mode where we want it. But we're using
Yeah,
the word
same,
mode,
same.
which means
Same,
always,
Thomas.
so pay attention.
Same.
And
trying
speaking
to-
of paying attention, the website. That's a transition. That doesn't make any sense. But the website for What the Fog has been overwhelmed by demand, as predicted. People love that cute little game. So
We're gonna be playing
working
that
on
cute
it.
little game this
Stay
week.
tuned. Don't worry.
Don't
We
worry.
have lots and lots of keys
FNAF win.
for it. So just as soon as we're able to tell you it's back up, we'll
Yeah,
give you a
PTB is
mention
being held
on
up
the stream
until
here
the
or
stream
in
is
the chat.
over. So whenever this is over,
We
we'll get
definitely
the
know you
PTB.
guys want to
and,
get
we
your
can play
hands
for a
on
little
it, but
bit.
what we
I
can
see how much
do
time I
is
have.
tell you about something you can get your hands on today.
But
Yes, and so recently, I think it was December, we released 3 DLC packs. They're called Maddening Darkness, Old Wounds, and Macabre Tales. That
Yeah,
was
they're
for
all made by
players
possible.
to get a big bunch of our older content all in 1 or 3 goes. And so we're actually going to be doing that again.
Yeah.
Nice.
So this pack is actually going to pick up exactly where the last one left off, which
Yeah,
is going to
and
be the endless.
for sure, I'm
Hyper
gonna
pack.
PTB. I'm waiting
And
for them
in
to
this
release
pack,
it. They
you're
said
going
that
to
after the
get
stream
9
will be
playable
released.
characters,
So I'm assuming by
starting
9.
with Portrait of Murder,
Which I'm kind of annoyed
Bruce
by that.
Dread, Forge in the Fog, and Tools of Torment.
Oh,
And
the new
along
killer, I
with
mean,
this pack is
It's
going to be
D&D.
all the additional
It kind of got
outfits and
leaked. I mean, if
DLC
you want to know,
exclusive items. But of course, if you don't
I
want
can
to
tell
get the
you.
pack,
If you don't,
they
you can
will
wait until
be
the reveal. But
individually marked
up to you.
down in the in-game store, so you can get them.
there's an image
Yes,
floating
so
around
that
of the
Endless
survivor
Hunt
and the
pack
killer.
is actually available right now. It is the best way, especially if you're a newer player to Dead by Daylight, to get a big bunch of great content. So that out of the way, we want to keep the train rolling. Next
boy.
up, we're going to be welcoming Derek, right where you're
Pixie.
sitting. He's going to tell us all about gameplay improvements and quality of life improvements coming to Dead
Heyo.
by Daylight, including a very big one that people have requested for ages. So
What
let's
is it?
talk to Derek.
I'm scared. I can hear Twitter already. Oh, this sucks. I'm mad.
Welcome back,
Oop,
everybody,
the audio.
and welcome Derek to our stream for the
What's up,
first
Derek?
time. Derek is from our product management
Improvements that
team.
shows forward.
He
Yeah,
works
it
with
is.
the dev team on creating all sorts of cool quality of life updates, gameplay updates, and he's here to tell you about some good ones today. Derek, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
There looks
You do
uncomfortable.
better after this segment when we hear what you get to say. So I already know what you've got to say, but I think people are going to be excited to hear about it. The upcoming challenge system. This isn't something we've told people about. We
Challenge
want you
system,
to tell me about it
what?
right now. How's it going to benefit our players?
I
So
know.
we really
hold
wanted
up.
to deliver new in-game challenges to players and new ways for them to be constantly rewarded outside
Okay.
of just tomes and archives. So we're going to be introducing a new challenge system, which
Oh.
is a system of challenges, hence the name,
Perfect.
that players are going to be able to complete completely passively.
Huh.
That means that players don't need to actively select the challenge that they want to
Let's
complete,
go.
and they can complete multiple of them at the same time.
Okay.
Initially, we're going to start with daily challenges, weekly challenges, and event challenges. And later on, we want to expand those into
Yes.
other parts of the game
Thomas.
as well.
It
We
looks
think that
pretty
this is gonna
fun
be a
from
great
the
way
image.
For players to be constantly rewarded just for logging
We'll see
in
how it
and
looks.
playing DBD, and it's going to be an amazing experience for everybody.
I think that's a really great addition. I think people in the community are going to really appreciate just being rewarded for doing what they already do, not having to go out and seek it, but just it's happening in the background at all times. That's really great. So another great thing that we're adding actually is how we talk to our players. That's the main job of my team, is talking and listening to our players. But we do it out in the world. We do it on social media. We do it on TikTok and Twitter and other places. But in-game is obviously the best place to talk to people, and you've got some updates there.
Yeah, we're here to make the players' lives easier and your life easier as well. So we're going to be introducing a new inbox-based system that will help connect with the news that you have to announce, including patch notes, announcements, rewards, and a lot more. That way, players will see less pop-ups when they launch into the game, and they'll be able to get into their games quicker. And overall, the players will be able to stay connected with the world of DBD and the news that you have to announce.
Yeah, and it gives us new tools, right? Like being able to tell people the patch notes in detail is something we couldn't do before, and now we can. So again, you don't have to go find it on the web, but you'll be able to get it in the game. Pop-ups, not pop-ups, but notifications for rewards as well is another great improvement. So really good work there by the team. But we're not done. Actually, this is something people are familiar with, the Finisher Mori system. We tested it out a while
Finisher
back.
Mori is back?
PTB got a ton of great feedback from the community. The team took that feedback, went back to the shop to tinker with it, and we've got the final version to tell people about now.
Right. I love Finisher Moris. I think they're a really amazing showcase for how
Hold up a minute.
gruesome our
I'll get back to the chat in a second, sorry.
But we also acknowledge that there was some room for improvement from the survivor's perspective. So like you said, we've taken the feedback, we've reiterated on it, and tried to land on what was the best player experience. So, in a coming update, Finisher Moris are going to become a baseline feature for all killers in the game. That means that killers are going to have access to the Finisher Moris by default, but they're only going to be able to use them on the last remaining survivor. That way, if the killer is able to successfully pull it off, we get an exciting conclusion to the match, and the survivors can feel that the game's ended in a fair way, and this match went smoothly, and it was a really exciting experience for everybody.
No roaches, please.
Mori offerings are also going to be updated to instead give bonus blood points.
Nice.
So that it'll be a more rewarding experience for killers if they're able to pull it off.
Nice.
So the killer's going to want to land that at the end.
Okay, so yes, I can't wait for the new
match.
chapter on side there.
I think it's a really great balance.
Yeah, nobody. I mean, who the fuck is gonna call it X,
feedback
man?
that we got, so kudos to you and the team. And
Roaches,
that's all
no,
we got
don't do
from you
that.
today.
No,
Unfortunately, you have
I'm
to
not doing
go. But
roaches,
show
no.
is
Spiders,
far from
maybe. I
over.
don't know.
Next up, we're going to.
I mean, roaches.
About
God
the new
damn.
chapter
Sorry,
coming to Dead by Daylight. So stay tuned, everybody, and thank you, Derek, for your time.
bro. We want the PTB. Exciting times ahead, indeed. I want the PTB, and I want to know about fucking casting and Frank Stone. That's the two things that I'm here for. You know, this is the things that I woke up at 7 a.m. for, to try to set up all the shit, right? And I was expecting the PTB early, but no, can't have it. I'm hoping that the PTB update is not like 40 gig, like 30 gigs or something, because I'm gonna cry.
I'm already so excited for the challenges and the Finisher Mori.
I just want to shout out Derek for dropping so casually such a highly anticipated.
I love that it took forever for that with the Finisher Mori fix.
Yes, cross progression is finally coming. Super excited, and it's another reason for you to make your behavior account.
Cross progression, let's go.
Not only will you be able to get what the fog for free, but you'll also be prepping yourself for cross progression. Which we know that's something, you're once again going to have to be waiting to get your hands on. But we can now talk about merch, which you can get your hands on right now. So with the merch store, we've got the always
I don't know.
popular
I mean, it's not even out yet,
boxes coming back for
unfortunately.
this anniversary. And obviously because of the name, I can't tell you what's in the box. Maybe I'll try, But anyway, in the boxes, you're going to see 4 very exclusive DBD items specifically for this release. It's also going to include an art print, where some of them are actually signed by our creative director, Dave Richard.
Which is pretty amazing. I had Dave sign my chest backstage, so I won't be sharing that to save you all, but he's got a great signature, one of the best. It's a really cool piece too. If you haven't gotten a mystery box in the past, it's always just a fun unboxing process. So follow the QR code on
I kind of
screen,
want one,
scan
but
it,
at
and
the
go
same
get it.
time,
But
should I spend that?
we also have an update to the DBD board game.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Bro,
there's
I
gonna be an
could give a
expansion
rat's
pack
ass
for
about the board game.
Dead by Daylight, the board game.
Damn it, bro.
And this is going to be called the Malicious Expansion. This comes with 3 new
I mean, I
killers,
guess if you
the
like
artist,
that, go
the
ahead.
Dredge, and the Knight, and 4 new survivors, Michaela, Jonah, Hattie, and Victoria.
You do? Oh.
It's also going to come with 2 new maps, which is going to be the Garden of Joy and the Forsaken Boneyard.
It's super exciting, and I'm
Got a
so
Forsaken
happy
Boneyard
to
for
see the
you?
success of the board game. I'm
Just
such
kidding,
a
I'm sorry.
tabletop nerd that
I'm sorry.
it's just such good quality, and I'm glad that people are resonating with it. So shout out to Level 99 Games.
Yes, he said that he got his chest signed. Yes, but he will not show it to us.
All
We can
obviously
reveal.
the
Okay, new shot to
DBD
reveal. Let's
merch
go.
shop
Come on.
As well is available. You can open it up on
Fuck
your
me.
phone with
Let's
that
go.
QR code. You can go to another tab and get some shiny stuff.
Yes, it'll be really nice, especially like you said in the summer. Play it outside, touch some grass at the same time.
Wow!
So,
Wow.
Other than that, if you have any questions about the content we've been dropping so far, 'cause it's been a lot of content, we will have our live Q&A segment at the end of the stream. So
I know,
you can
right? All
drop
he has
your
to do is take his
questions
shirt
into
off.
the
Like,
chat.
like hard.
But other than that, roll initiative, 'cause it's time to talk about Dungeons and Dragons.
Come on, let's go. This is what we're waiting for.
Poor misguided wanderers. First there were many, and now so few. How little
I think there's two.
must
Yeah, two.
value your lives
Ooh.
to take a single insignificant breath in my
Ooh.
sanctum.
Is it Dwight getting dead? I'm getting killed again.
I'm afraid there will be no quick death. No escape from this suffering.
Dude, this is cool. I like the vibes of this. I think it is an indoor castle map, probably.
Out your ending as I see fit. For in dark places such as this,
What?
must keep themselves
Ooh.
entertained.
Got a new item. Yep, that this got leaked. Okay, so it's Astrid Yazar. Okay, June 3rd. It's coming. Is that a Monday?
Hello, friends. I'm Mathieu Côté, Head of Partnerships for Behavior Digital, and I'm extremely happy to be joined here today by Sean from our friends at Wizard of the Coast. Who
I'm gonna
is
try
be with me
opening
talking
Steam
about
again to see
what
if the
we
PTB is
just
out.
Saw. Hi, Sean.
It might be. I don't know.
Hey, Matthew. Great to see you.
Pleasure.
Give me 1 second.
We just saw the trailer here.
Yeah, the
I
official
still
trailer,
have
let's go.
goosebumps. This is so amazing. Like I was saying earlier, I have inner child in me
Scrap
that's
the indie
thrilled
shit.
right
God damn it.
now. I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons since I'm 10 years old.
I'm sure you have,
And it's
Matthew.
an absolute dream come true. So thank you so much for being a part of that.
Of course, yeah, my pleasure. I
Please.
10-year-old Sean.
No, it's
wakes
not out
up
yet.
every day
Fuck.
realizing that he works at Wizards of the Coast,
Dude.
dream
Yeah.
job. So we're super aligned on that.
So Dungeons and Dragons is probably one of the biggest gateways that people have had to how to craft stories, how to
Yeah, I know.
design games, how to create experiences for other people.
God damn it, Dylan.
We've seen it, of course, within the dev team. There's so many people who've got their first taste of designing games through Dungeons and Dragons. Have you seen this to be true with other developers that you've worked with?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I always say it's the easiest thing about my job is I never have to teach people what D&D is or what the brand is about, because when I'm working with the developer, I guarantee you the person that I'm talking to has played, and everybody on their team has played, or at the very least is like very aware of what the game is and what it entails. It makes my job very, very easy.
Shelter.
I always joke around. D&D is kind of this like the building block or like the connective tissue between game designers. You can be at a gaming convention and you're talking to other developers, and if you have nothing else in common, just start talking about D&D.
It's true. It's kind of a common language. There's so many common references there. For me personally, like I said, it's a dream come true. I still play Dungeons and Dragons every week with my group of friends. I'm the
Nice.
forever DM in that group. And I know that there are a couple of other people on my team who were absolutely thrilled to be a part of this. What made sense for Wizard of the Coast?
Yeah,
to enter
yes,
into
that's
this
exactly what I'm. Like, I don't want to be mean, but yes.
That's a great question.
They're all
I
dooms,
think
yes.
that exploring
Is that a
horror
PC
is
on the
always
back?
something that's really, really interested us. Dungeons and Dragons has dipped its toes in horror before. We've got modules like Curse of Strahd. We've got a lot of different horror elements we've brought together in some of our
Brother in
monsters.
Christ, please.
Obviously, characters like Vecna.
Yeah, I said it in endearing way too. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Listen,
when the
I
idea popped up on
was
our
friends with people
radar,
who
hey,
were
you
like complete dweebs.
What do you think about working together with Behavior on a Dead by Daylight module?
They're very nice people.
Like the light turned on instantly.
So I think I had that shirt
I
at
don't
one
think
point.
anybody was.
I feel like
there were no
I did
question
myself.
marks. It was mostly just exclamation points. It's like how do we do this the best, right? Like let's
God
find the
damn
coolest
it.
character. Let's find the coolest setting. Let's really make this a true sort of celebration of D&D inside of Dead by Daylight and make it a way that feels super native to that game.
Yeah, and you mentioned horror. I mean, I know a lot of people will probably think that their first thought when they think of Dungeons and Dragons is not necessarily horror, but there is quite a lot of
Some
potential
good friends here
for
who play
horror.
it.
in there.
I so
I mean,
enjoyed
it
it.
is
Oh,
a very
for
flexible
D&D?
medium to tell stories, and horror stories are some of the
I think I've seen people play
stories
it
that will
before.
provoke
It's-
the most
it's
intense.
not my style of
emotions
game,
and
but-
reactions in players.
And it's
So
what
for
it
us,
is.
it made sense. Yes.
Mr.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, you haven't seen what,
I'm
what
also
Dylan sent?
slightly in the Forever Dungeon Master box that you are. I try to inject a little bit of horror into all the campaigns that I run. I think that it's just a great tool to use to tell stories. If your players never get scared,
Yeah, I mean,
right,
if there's a
then
whole group of people,
probably
I'm
doing
down to
something a
learn
little
to
bit
and like
wrong.
jump in and
Um,
play.
And like you mentioned, Dungeons and Dragons is just a really flexible system for telling stories. At the end of the day, the players
Yeah.
and the dungeon masters, you're not fighting each other.
The
You're
dungeon
just there telling
master.
a collaborative story about what happens. And horror is just a great tool to include in that box of storytelling. It's D&D hasn't always been, hey, we are a horror game, but the tools are there if you want to do it. And I think some of the best storytellers out there definitely implement those tools.
Yeah, there are many examples out there. Now, why Vecna? I mean, we've seen it in the trailer. He is an absolutely terrifying presence. I think that whether you're a survivor or a killer and you play with Vecna in that game, it's going to be a really, really intense experience. So tell me a little bit, why Vecna and why it makes sense?
For me, the main reason that Vecna was
They have
very
campaign is that-
clearly,
oh,
like,
really?
on the top
Nice.
of the podium the entire time we were discussing potential killers is that Vecna has always had this horror movie monster vibe to him.
It
I mean,
looks
as
cool, like,
lich,
the killer
he's always
fucking
had the
looks
ability to, you can
fucking
even kill him and he just pops back up and will
ridiculously
come back.
fucking
It
scary,
might not
dude.
be tomorrow.
Yeah.
Might be a couple of years in the future, but like Vecna's always going to come back. He just has this real inevitability to him, right? You know, it's, and the thing about D&D is very quickly in a D&D setting, your party becomes a group of powerful adventurers, right? You're defeating all these other monsters that, you know, like dragons and stuff. And then Vecna shows up and you're like, oh, we need to run away. Vecna's here. Like he's such a scary, inevitable threat in the universe that even his earliest appearances were just items with his name on them. And everybody was wondering, oh, who's this guy Vecna that's got
That's what I
this
was
eye and
Yeah,
this
I feel like you
hand
should
and,
be able to do that.
It was just like
if you
whispers of
wanted
this
to. I don't think you
ancient
should
evil
be
that was
like,
so
you know,
powerful
like a
you couldn't
default. But
even
I think, yeah.
print a stat block for
I
you
get why
because
they
it
don't
was
do
just that
it.
strong.
Because, I
Yeah,
mean,
it's the
I play
terrifying
TCM and
presence
it's a
that
fucking
few
nightmare.
talk
People
about,
just
but if
yell
you've
at each
heard
other.
about him, it's probably already
Call each
too
other
late.
names. It's like a COD
it's
lobby,
true that it's
basically.
got
And
that
I get why
absolute
DBD doesn't want
flavor,
that,
and
especially
he
with, like,
is-
you know, people
he
who are
has
not
been
white
part
and
of the Dungeons and
LGBTQ
Dragons universe for
A plus
almost
people who
50
play the
years
game.
now, right? He was there at the
I
very,
get it.
very beginning, like you said, as whispers, as just a note in there. But he does have a stat block, and reading it is all. It's not ridiculous, but it's so much.
Yeah, and I can get like
power
a
in
COD
those
lobby.
pages. Like you understand that he is, like you said, inevitable, but also he is able to scare a party of level 15 adventurers who are technically almost unstoppable by that point, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
I guess I could. Yeah, like a.
It's
if you have your own
always,
private lobby, I
I've
guess you
lost quite a
could
few
have it.
player characters myself.
That could be like a
to
fun
Vecna,
thing if you were like in
and you know,
like a
Evil
4-man
Room, they've
Swift.
got the new
Just
book
have the
coming
like
out,
the
and
VC.
as soon as you see Vecna
like
Evil
integrated.
Room, I was like, oh, looks like I'm gonna lose a couple more.
Yeah.
Just,
But that's part of the fun. That's writing stories with your friends. So before we let Yannick and Dave take us through the details of how we implemented Vecna with the gameplay mechanics of Dead by Daylight, how we presented him to our players.
This is. Am I even going to be able to play PTB today? Because I only have until like another hour and a half.
Be familiar with Dead by Daylight.
God damn it.
Yeah, I do actually, and it's try this chapter out, even if you don't play it. Like watch somebody stream it, because this chapter, it's a love letter to Dungeons and Dragons from a very passionate and very talented team of developers at Behavior. It was super.
I don't know.
The entire process
I don't know if he looks like that. Where he kind of does.
The sound design work to the animations and the modeling and like it's I can't stress enough how easy it made the approvals process on our end. That all of this work came in very obviously driven by an incredibly high level of passion for Dungeons and Dragons. If you are a D&D fan, there's really cool Easter eggs in the map. There's really cool Easter eggs all over the place. There's just a ton of
Yeah,
love
he
to
gets someone to
if you're a
launch
fan,
some
there's something
missiles
here
into
for
the
you.
fucking
Even
unknown.
even if you don't think that horror is your thing, give it a try. It's super fun.
He's like,
thank you so much for the kind
wait,
words.
hello.
Seriously,
Let me
it
see if I can
means
do it.
the world
He's
to
like,
me. Now, I think we'll wrap this up for now. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us today.
So he has
on our
a.
anniversary.
It's kind of funny. He has like the
and,
earpiece for the.
Hopefully, we'll see you in the fog.
Yes, please. Come on. Go along. Bye. Have a good day. Can you please go to the PTB? What's next? Want that PTB. Want that PTB.
Hey, hi, I'm not Dave. You're not
I'm
Janik.
not Janik.
No, we're quickly interrupting our D&D segment. There's a lot more. Stay tuned. Dave will be right where I am in just a second to give you an update on cross progression. So this is a live show. We're having a live TV moment as we speak. So apologies, you might have noticed, even though I was dressed the same. Our segment with Derek that was just before was pre-recorded. And in fact, we played the wrong one. So we want to give you more details on cross progression here. So that's what we're going to do.
Shit.
So take it away, Dork.
Yeah, so cross progression is hands down one of the most requested features every single stream, every single post.
Yeah, well,
you guys are wanting cross progression, and we're giving it to you later this summer. Players will need to own the base game on any platform that they're playing on and have a behavior account. I'm sure you heard me talking about cross progression with an account, and you're like, what is she talking about? But
yeah, they're definitely adding it.
Make sure you have that, and you'll be able to use cross progression later this summer. We do understand that the website is currently down because so many people are trying to get to the website and make their account, but we're working on it, and we'll have this to you shortly.
Yep, and just as a clarification, in case we have a few folks in chat that aren't aware, Dead by Daylight, this is cross progression for console and PC Dead by Daylight. We're not talking about Dead by Daylight mobile. It's really its own experience if you've never played it. It's a different beast from the Dead
Why would you have cross progression from the Dead by Daylight to the mobile? Imagine.
Awesome. So along with the Twitch drops and a chance to get What the Fog for free, players now have another reason for their behavior account and another reason to crash our website. So like we said, bear with us. The site will be brought back up and all this will happen. Regarding
poor devs in the back, like
any exceptions about in how the system's going to work.
The website.
Well, while every platform will have cross progression, there will be a few exceptions of to what can be shared between those platforms. But stay tuned. We'll have a full FAQ coming very soon so that you can go ahead and learn more about cross progression for Dead by Daylight.
Yep. Can I make a prediction?
And as mentioned,
cosmetics are not
going to
transfer over to some platforms. Probably PlayStation is a greedy ass motherfucker.
Deep details on our Dungeons and Dragons chapter.
Like Nintendo when 4 people going like, stop. Like it crashes. That's wild. But it gets funny. That's so funny. I love it.
All right. Thank you, Dork, Eric, for this cross-progression information, just to prove that we are live.
I'm about to prove that they're live.
Today to be able to talk about the Dungeon and Dragon chapter. I am Dave, creative director on Dead by Daylight, and I'm joined by my good friend, Janik.
Brother, please.
Hello, PTB. Principal game designer on Dead by Daylight. Today I'll be talking about all the intricacy of the gameplay on this chapter. But first, a little mention. Dead by Daylight, 8 years, introducing Dungeon and Dragon. It's a big milestone for us, but we're not the only one hitting a special milestone.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that Dungeon and Dragon turns 50 this year. And we are super proud and happy to be part of the celebration.
Damn.
We just want to say that maybe when we turn 50, we do something else with you, Wizard of the Coast. Or maybe sooner.
Yeah, we'll probably be in retired home, but we'll be glad to join the party. So First,
yeah, he definitely does. I mean, God damn it.
The first time you told me about what's going to be coming next, I was surprised because I'm a big horror fan, but when you think about horror, Dungeons and Dragons is not the first thing that comes to mind. But thinking about it more, I realized, no, wait, there's a lot of horror in Dungeons and Dragons.
Turn out.
Ravenloft being my favorite module. So, like, you really specifically focus on certain element of the brand. So
I may have to just play the killer, Vecna, and no Survivor for the PTB, by the way.
Have a sandbox created so that we stay.
But we'll see.
You know, around
at least live stream.
Like you said.
DBD, I mean, I used to be.
Of course, when we think Dungeons and Dragons, the first thing that comes to mind is a magical world, high fantasy, magical creatures, wizards, magic.
Manny.
All sort of things that don't necessarily fit exactly well into a horror setting. But because D&D is a world of imagination,
that could probably be true.
Create whatever we
Thank
want,
you, Turtle.
There's also a way to make it happen. So for us, the first pillar was to make sure that we had a good juxtaposition with fantasy, so fully embracing that type of content, but make it.
I'm gonna lay back because
like
holding my back to be like lean
Vecna
forward.
Made
oh boy.
For that horror setting.
Hold this mic.
The second pillar is creative role playing.
Sorry.
So in the image of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, the Survivors. Yeah, Astri Jazar. I'm not really familiar with Dungeons and Dragons, so like.
So that goes from an amount.
The names mean nothing to me, by the way. I'm just here for the content, and it looks cool. Also,
customization, so a way you can, kind of create your own character in some way. We just wanted to make sure that we had a lot of gameplay choices in the DBD trials. And the last pillar we worked with is chaos. So that's actually one of our main pillar in Dead by Daylight. But a lot of what happens in Dungeons and Dragons is based on randomness. You throw a dice. And with critical success, critical fails, and everything in between.
Have I played D&D? No, I haven't.
And you adapt
ever. I've seen people play it. It looks fun. It doesn't seem like my type of game specifically. At least like to like learn.
Exploring a fantasy world, but also be thrilled about what's gonna be the monster you're gonna meet the next time you open a door.
So let's talk about that killer you'll meet the next time you open the door. So of course, Dungeons and Dragons has a lot of iconic monsters we could have chosen from, a lot of iconic villains as well. And with our friends at Wizard of the Coast, we've established that our next player would be Vecna. Vecna is just a perfect fit for Dead by Daylight. He's a lich, so a powerful wizard that.
What's up, bro? He looks like Discount Thanos for some reason with the gauntlet. Sorry, I'm sorry.
I'm not sure. So he wanted to continue to do his horrible stuff for as long.
Yeah, I'm excited to play it.
Vecna
That's what we're gonna be
also
focusing
has
on.
Access to every spell in the books. So
that
was very interesting for us to create an interesting power. Of course, we also have a survivor in the chapter. So the Bard. A very interesting class.
Manny, goddammit.
Class that we could have chosen from, but the Bard was really the one that fit the most into our for example, when we think about a class like the Paladin, you think of the ability to turn the undead, magical sword, big.
He's gonna add lag to the gameplay. He's gonna be like,
all of this doesn't fit
lagging.
Really
You're
well
like
into the world of Dead by Daylight. The Bard with abilities like bardic inspiration, the ability to sing, to play musical instrument, to know lore, and even to insult the villain, is just so on brand that it was a perfect fit. So that's why we chose the Bard. As you've seen in the image and the trailer, we're doing something special with the Survivor. It's akin to what we've done with Legion. So
you can switch
through the cosmetic customization. You'll be able to choose between two specific characters inside the same Survivor. You'll have the choice between Ice Tree, a female elf, or Bearmar, a human male.
Fair.
It's interesting, but when I was younger playing Dungeons and Dragons, like in my friends group, the Bard was not really a class that people
45 years ago.
True.
Compared especially to other class that you had, but throughout times, like there's been many change and iteration on the class.
The Liam Neeson, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna kill you.
Really fun now, definitely, and has become kind of an emblem to Dungeons and Dragons as much as a Red Dragon now.
Absolutely, every party nowadays has a Bard. And we've also seen a lot of Bard love into other content that Dungeons and Dragons produce, like the movie, for example.
Yeah. So we have an undead wizard. We have a troubadour. Do we have a new map?
Absolutely. We're super proud to have a full chapter for the anniversary, and shocking no one, the map is a dungeon.
No shit.
Absolutely.
What else would you
So
do?
In the Borgo realm, we have a new map
How's the
with
Borgo
a new
realm?
building.
Oh.
So there is a top part set in the marvelous new lighting of the Borgo realm.
Oh.
And you can find this isolated tower in the middle. You can go inside.
You don't wanna
go
fuck with
into
the
an
farmer dinner, no.
extensive dungeon underground, packed with surprises and Easter egg related to Dungeons and Dragons. The goal with this map is that we've imagined that Vecna, knowing about different realms and plane, now trapped into the realm of the entity, would find a place to make his own.
That's why the Borgo, I guess, also got
Um,
new
and
lighting,
so
I
that
guess.
he can study where he is, the world, the entity, and potentially find a way to escape, maybe not. We are also introducing a new gameplay mechanic in this map called Passage.
What the hell is that?
So these are basically doors, magical doors, which you can use to teleport from one area to the map to the next. And we think it's going to add a new interesting spice
You can
to
teleport.
chases.
People are gonna be abusing the fuck out of those. Killer Mates are gonna be like,
Easter egg.
oh, I can't reach
super
that far.
fun. Like
It's
if you're a
bad
fan
for
of Dungeons
M1
and Dragons,
killers.
just exploring, you're gonna be thrilled to see all the small and the big one. On the gameplay side now for Vecna, so the way we tackle or approach the killer this time,
No, I'm getting
interestingly, it comes
desperate
from
for
a
this
game,
PTB.
so he has game mechanic that are pretty
Yeah, me play
existing.
this.
So we look at all like stats block and try to come up with like the best spell that could be translated into game mechanic for us, and also make sure that these will be like thrilling and exciting to use.
Yep.
But then, so definitely he's a spellcaster, a very powerful one. So the goal was to make him feel as such in our game. But like I was saying, magic, it's something that we have never really tackled, not that way before. Something we've tried to stay away from. Like our powers are really visceral or like grounded as much as possible.
Yeah, bald as fuck, yeah.
It's something that do you want to talk about a bit? Magic?
Yes, please. I hope some of our team colleagues are laughing right now. I kind of have a bad rep internally about magic. It's almost a taboo word that we can't use. But now making a D&D chapter, for sure we had to embrace magic.
I think that's why they switched to
Of
Unreal
course,
Engine 5
there
too.
is a space for magic in all games, but it has to be taken with the right tone.
Okay.
In this case, we're talking necromancy, blood magic, magic of the dead. And there's a touch of realism and visceralness. that
This
we
actually
wanted
might
to
have gotten
add
leaked
to-
a couple days
to
ago.
Magic, versus something more flashy like a magic projectile or a fireball, for example. There's also something quite interesting out of Dungeons and Dragons, and these are the utility spells. They're spells that are not used to kill or damage, but they're used in very creative ways. And we wanted to highlight that with Delich, with Vecna. So that was our approach. Now, do you want to talk to us about the spell that we actually chosen?
Sure. So you have access to 4 different type of spells.
Yeah, I know, right?
Pretty much any time they
Like,
have
I'm confused.
their own individual cooldown.
Okay.
But so the first one is called Fly, a very popular, well-known Dungeons and Dragons spell in our game. It lifts up the killer, and you're pushed forward, obviously faster. So it's really like the traversal aspect of the power.
Ooh.
It lasts for a short amount of time, and it's going to also end if you vault a pallet or a vault location. And,
God damn it.
This is really useful to get closer to Survivor and
Shit. Okay.
get to the next gen as soon as possible. The next one is called Flight of the Dam, which is, it's not really a Dungeons & Dragons spell. It's more connected to Vecna. It's actually an ability that he
Oh!
has.
It's like,
what it does is that
artist.
it casts 5 different individual projectile, and then it shoots them in a cone radius effect in front of him.
Alright.
These projectiles pass through obstacles. They don't go very far, but if
Yeah,
they hit
artist.
the survivor, they get damage instantly.
But short range, I guess.
It might sound very powerful and easy to use, but it's not the case. Survivor have a lot of counter, but the spell can also be used to zone
That's fair.
in this
Hold up a
aspect,
minute,
so
I'll be
you
right back.
can
I'll leave
also
this
go
running.
for the basic M1 attack during that time. The third spell is called Dispelling Sphere, which is actually, it's a combination of different existing Dungeons & Dragons spell. We just felt it was more compelling to combine them into one spell. So what it does, you cast a large sphere in front of you, and that sphere moves slowly throughout the level. Survivors do not see that sphere, and if they get in contact with that sphere, they get revealed for a few seconds by Killer Instinct, and also have their magic items disabled for a minute. And the last but not least spell is Mage Hand, very well known Dungeon & Dragon spell. What it does in Dead by Daylight, you, as the killer, you can tag up a nearby pallet. And if the pallet is upward, it blocks the pallet for a few seconds. Cannot be interacted by survivor. And if it's downward, it's lifted up for you so you can fully pass without any obstacles. So the idea with this killer, he has a lot of tools and tricks in his bag, and it's really about managing all the force spells, the cooldown, and try to activate them at the right moment. So that's really how you're going to improve as a killer, is learning how to use them at the right time and be efficient with them.
So lots of strategic and tactical choices here.
Correct.
So you've mentioned very quickly during the Dispel Sphere, the magical item.
Did I? Yeah.
What's that?
Okay. So this is the new toy for Survivor. It's called magic items, but keep in mind it's not an actual items that they use. So this time, if you face Vecna, you're gonna have Survivor gonna have 7 different chests that's gonna spawn throughout the level. Survivor go interact with those chests, and while during the opening of the chest, there's gonna be a D20 dice roll. Yes, it's Dungeon and Dragon. We couldn't do without the dice roll. So this dice roll will determine the content of the chest. So if Survivor roll from 2 to 4, they get a basic Dead by Daylight brown item. So
better than nothing.
Yeah, well, maybe that brown medkit might save your life. I don't know. But the fun part is when you roll from 5 to 19, that's when you get the magic items. And the way it works is that each Survivor has an equipment slot, 2 equipment slots. They have the bracers and the boots. So there's 2 types of magic items, and each magic item is going to be randomly linked the first time you open the chest to one of the 4 Vecna spells. And so once they are equipped, each time the killer will cast the spell that is linked to one of your magic item, you're going to gain a passive bonus to help out, avoid the spell or help you out against Vecna in general. So to be more precise, so if you have bracers against the fly spell, you're going to see Vecna's aura during the traveling that while you use the spell. If you have a boots, for example, against the Flight of the Damned, you see the aura of the projectile, very useful because the projectile goes through collision, and the best way to use that spell is through walls. If you have magic items against the Dispelling Sphere, survivors see the sphere, so they can juke and go around the sphere as much as they can. And if you have a counter against the Mage Hand, you see the aura of the hand on the palette, and also gain a little aced effect. So
back,
that
bitches.
help you out around the loop.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's really important to search those chests.
Yeah, correct. Because the way that we tackled this, the balance in this case is that we made sure that the magic items do not trunker the killer's power. It's made or balanced to face survivor who have them equipped. So if you don't get those, definitely the killer might feel a bit oppressive. So it's really up to survivor to get to those chests and equip them as soon as possible.
Right. And just to be clear, you can
Oh,
also
yes.
equip a normal item with that. So you can have your flashlight, bracer, and boots.
Correct. It's
Damn.
a very different slot.
So everybody heard you talk about a lot of numbers here on the dice, but you've not mentioned the critical fail, 1, and critical success on a 20. For people that don't play D&D, these are like events, the best event that can happen in Dungeons & Dragons when you get that critical fail or that critical success. So what happens in Dead by Daylight when that happens?
Yes. So we have critical roll in the game. You roll a 1.
I have no idea what any
you
of this
get-
means, though.
sorry,
I just
you
want to
get
get
nothing.
on the PTB,
Although
man.
I've heard sometimes people get a green key. I guess
that's
lucky you.
better.
I'm gonna check again on Steam.
But I know what you get
Maybe it's
if
on,
you
I don't
roll
know.
a 20. So anyone who's familiar with Vecna in the lore of Dungeon & Dragon, there are
Thank
two
you.
very
I'm
specific
on the big
artifacts
screen.
that exist
I've made
that
it,
is
Ma.
called the Eye of
Just kidding.
Vecna and the
I'm
Hand of
sorry.
Vecna, and we introduce them in our game. So you roll a 20, you get one of the 2. You never know. But
Coming in
these
4K?
works more
Goddamn.
like a normal item, so you have to pick them up and use
I'm
them
not even streaming in
once.
4K
It's
and I'm
called a
caught in
tune.
4K, man.
So you
That's
merge
awesome.
with the items, and then you unlock a very powerful ability up to like perk level.
Okay.
Yes, it's very strong. I guess you want to know.
But
what
please
it
do
is?
say.
Okay, sure. So if you attune with the eye of
This is what I
Vecna,
hear when they're saying all this
they
stuff.
use with lockers. So if you fast exit the locker, you're gonna be
Like, I just want to play the
unseen,
game.
unheard
Like, this
by
shows
the
some gameplay.
killer,
I don't know. I'm
for
sorry.
15
Like,
seconds, and on top of that, you
I
gain
literally none
haste
of that
boost
means.
effect. And
Like, if I can't
you
see it,
attune with
I don't know
the
how it
Fan
works,
of Vecna,
if you know what I mean.
you fast enter a locker, and you're gonna be teleported further down, further locker.
Wow.
So very powerful.
What?
I forgot the little details because they might sound super strong, said like that, but they come with a cost. So to use them, you have to be full health. And once you use them, you instantly lose a health state. And also, at the end of the effect, you get revealed by Counter Instinct. So be very mindful the way you use them, because we've seen a lot of situations where it backfire at the survivor. And the killer has definitely a spell to help him out, get back at the survivor, and get the down.
So it's very on brand with what a cursed item should be.
Indeed.
So thank you so much, Yannick. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff coming with Vecna, and we had no time today to talk about anything more about the killer perks or the survivor, but I have to say very quickly that the survivor perk will allow you to create illusions, to perform on the loot. You can even perform with other survivors to do the full melody.
Yeah.
There's also a dice roll mechanic for
Yes,
one of
this-
the perk. So if you want more information after the show,
You're leading his eyebrows. Stop.
deadbyDaylight.com and get all of the details you need. Merci encore, Yannick, for all the information. And thank you so much to all of you. Happy anniversary. And I'll be passing it back to Eric and Dork.
Blessed be. Can I please play the PTB? Like, I thought it was gonna be like maybe half hour, right? And then just PTV time now. They've got me here for like an hour plus. Is they still finishing doing the finishing touches on the game? Let's be the piano, right?
Oh my God, Dungeons and Dragons and Dead by Daylight.
You are a pretty frequent DM yourself, right?
Yes, I do DM on occasion. Forever player, as they said in the interview. Well, no, forever DM.
Yeah.
Never a player. Please make me a player.
You must be so psyched.
So psyched. I'm so psyched. I'm so excited. I just cannot wait to see what we have in store and to go against Vecna.
Hopefully people have noticed your dice
You got
necklace.
my nice D4. I got okay. But yes, just like Dave said, don't forget to head over to deadbydaylight.com right after the show for the full breakdown on Vecna and all of his powers. You'll also be able to see the perks that we've got for him and our bard coming into the fog.
And also, don't forget to ask questions in the chat when you're not spamming nonsense garbage. Ask real questions, and we'll answer them later in the Q&A. You don't need to say claim. Please stop saying claim. You're not claiming anything by saying claim. Stop.
But we appreciate your enthusiasm. But next we're going to be, I'm going to be joined by Dave Richard back on the couch for him to walk us through the ever-expanding world of Dead by Daylight.
Can we please? Okay, I guess. I mean, something I wanted to see is this, like the fucking casting of Frank Stone. When the hell is this releasing? For real, man. I'm just. I got into like 10:30, and it's already 9:06. Like this morning, it's already gone pretty much. I was so excited to play it. I mean, I guess it's not gonna go anywhere. It's just we're playing like it's just fucking me.
Hey, I'm over here now. So I'm
Right.
super excited
Speaking
for
of
this part of
kidney
the stream
stone.
because not only do we get to talk about 2 upcoming projects within the world of Dead by Daylight, that being Supermassive's The Casting of Frank Stone, and an unnamed multiplayer PvE game by Midwinter, but we get to do it all with Dave Richard.
Okay,
So,
go.
Dave, can you please tell me why we chose these games to be the right games for us to expand the world of Dead by Daylight?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of stuff going into that choice for sure. So first of all, we are super happy and grateful to have a community already there playing Dead by Daylight. So of course we listen to what they want to see.
I wish I had the remote. I wish I had the click remote.
So that comes into the recipe of the choice we're going to make. We also want to make sure that we will create something new to experience, something that's completely out of what we are used to in Dead by Daylight. So that comes into the genre we want to create. Also, we want to interest new players into the world of Dead by Daylight. Some people that never
Give
heard of
us
Dead
the
by Daylight,
money.
but also some viewers that are interested about the world of DBD, but that don't play DBD because maybe it's not their style of game. So we want also these players to be with us and experience the world of Dead by Daylight.
And
yes,
just like you were saying,
indeed.
with people being interested in the world of Dead by Daylight, as the creative director, why do you think there's so much interest in this, in the lore of a multiplayer game that's based in action?
Well, it's been.
I think it's a very lore-heavy game. I don't know.
When we started working on this project,
my
the
guess.
story and the narrative around everything we create. We want to make sure that.
I feel one of those podcasters with the mic, like when like. Yeah, so we're talking today about like DBD, man.
We take great care into making that happen.
Sorry.
So you know, there's a lot of mysteries within mysteries, a lot of layers to our narrative, which I think are super interesting and players want to know more. So these games will allow us to discover these elements that we've seeded in the past. You know, like every killer and every survivor in Dead by Daylight could have their own movie or their own game, really.
Fair enough.
Yeah, they've got so much lore.
So what happened to the movie with for Dead by Daylight? I haven't talked about that in a while.
Speaking of lore, I mean, this is something we want to expand on with the world of Dead by Daylight. So we're doing that in one of our upcoming games, The Casting of Frank Stone. So can you tell us a bit more about that?
Damn.
Right. I can tell you a little bit. Yes. So of course there's different type of stories in games, right? There's games that have a static narrative that you experience. That's great. There's also games that the narrative
that's not super massive
made
style though.
Very organically by the players, like DBD is a good example of that. The Casting of Frank Stone is somewhere in between, right? It's a game where there is multiple narrative, and based on the player choice,
let's go.
And you know, different things will happen, and
yes.
Based on their choice, different endings and different branching in the story will happen.
Yeah, we get the point.
So the Casting of Frank Stone is very interesting for us because it brings the origin of a killer and potentially survivors, and the players are able to play that for the first time. You know, some things that we are used to see as a lore or a bio or a tome entry in DBD now will be playable.
I remember it's about to, yeah, for real, honestly.
Universe. It's still very much part of the world of DBD, but it's going to be out of the trials. So that's going to be an interesting take on our universe.
Can we have get the release date?
We know that the Casting Frank Stone is still in that realm, but what about our other project, this unnamed multiplayer PvE game? Is that also going to be taking place in the entity's realm?
Absolutely. So it is in the world of DBD. It is in the entity. And one cool thing about the entity is that we know very little about exactly what it is, but we do know that it's a living universe. It is
frog balls,
and we can't really comprehend
the frog balls
that's happening within it. So we know that DBD trials are a way for the entity to feed. It's a very kind of organic process. So we can imagine that there are other parts in the entity that serves other purposes. And that is exactly what we want to explore.
Yeah.
So that allows us to create new narrative, new ways to experience a game, new gameplay opportunity, new set of rules. So these are things that we talked about in the past and that we always wanted to explore. So that's exactly what we want to do with this new Untitled game. So in a way, the world of DBD that we've created is like a book with infinite pages. We can add new stories to it forever, hopefully.
Just keep on reading.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you did talk about that in, like, is there any gameplay that we'll be able to see?
That we'll be able to see. Well, yeah, I think so.
All right. Well,
for
thank you, Dave, for talking us through that.
Which one?
Now I want to see the gameplay. Let's see the gameplay.
The PvE or the fucking forecasting of Frank Stone? Wait, didn't they show this already? This is new. Midwinter.
Hey everyone, I'm Audrey, lead producer at Midwinter Entertainment. Last year, we gave you a very small glimpse of a project we started working on set in the Dead by Daylight universe. I'm happy to say that we have more to share with you on this game codenamed Project T. Instead of showing you a close to final game with some polished gameplay, we wanted to let you in on the development process.
Okay.
Right now, Project T is a work in progress, more than a fully fledged game. Our goal is to craft an experience with all of you and create something that you would be eager to play. Let's hear more about Project T with our creative director.
Hey everyone. First, I want to say what an honor it is to be working in the Dead by Daylight universe.
Is Midwinter
we love DBD's
part of behavior?
Multiplayer thrills, and its dark, mature setting brings just the right kind of tension and danger for a game like this. In Project T, you play as trespassers, rough and tumble characters
what
who
in
have
the
been
hell?
whisked away from their realities
What am I looking
and
at?
trapped within the entity's realm.
Brother.
There, in a vast region called the Backwater, they discover they must work together if they're to have any chance of survival.
Backwater?
And of course, they're not alone. The Backwater
Definitely
is home
Frog
to
Balls,
horrific
Alcazar. This is where it's
monstrosities
at.
known as the Thrall. These terrors come in many forms and
Ew.
have different deadly abilities. Their origins and nature are unclear, but they certainly don't take kindly to trespassers within their domain. To achieve your objectives,
What in
you'll
the-
have to battle the Thrall with every weapon at your disposal.
It's like a shooting
the
game.
world of Project T
Interesting.
is called the Backwater. It's a unique place, another twisted realm within the entity's grasp. You'll be eager to explore this familiar yet ominous world, and it'll definitely give you the creeps. To add even more tension to your experience, we're building the Backwater as an ever-changing landscape, which offers a lot of possibilities gameplay-wise. To navigate the Backwater, we're thinking of adding trucks in the game. Since it's a pretty big area, you would need a way to go from one point to another.
I do love that DBD's expanding beyond that because I feel like,
But
I mean, you
there
know.
could be other uses for the truck. That's something we're thinking about. And we'd love to see what kind of
Ooh.
ideas you might have.
Looks like
As DBD fans, we're having a
Evil
lot
Dead a
of fun
little bit.
creating this new experience as part of the Dead
Left
by
4
Daylight
Dead by
universe.
Daylight, yep.
DBD is all about horror, and we want to make sure we're crafting something that horror fans will appreciate, from the different biomes of the Backwater to the look of the Thrall.
Project T is still in early development, but that doesn't mean you'll have to wait another year to get more news. We're looking to get your opinions and share information, so we're creating a platform called the Insider Program. This is a place where all the players excited about this new take on the DBD universe can gather and be
Insider
active
program.
participants in the development of the project. As an insider, you'll not only get exclusive information, but also in-game rewards and even the chance to join our closed play tests and give us your feedback.
Give me
Join
one
us to
second.
help shape an experience you'd like to play and make Project T the best that it can be. See you soon.
Signing up, I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. Pick my life behavior. Dead by Dying Light. Damn it, Manny. Wait, it's a casting of Frank Stone. Fuck me.
Not exactly a noted hotbed of criminal activity. What is that?
Dude, I'm so excited for this.
That's not entirely true. There was that whole serial killer thing. Why do you hate Cedar Hill so much? Used to be like town mascot.
Supermassive is such an
Ladies and
amazing company, dude.
gentlemen, I present The Mill.
Spend enough time in my line of work, you realize every place has got its demons.
Thing that belongs to the boy you're looking for.
You can't shoot a movie in here. This is a condemned steel mill, Mr. Rivera. I suggest you immediately vacate the premises. And you do not, under any circumstances, set 1 foot back here in the Cedar Steel Mill. Ever.
Such a joy to see young people so passionate about the arts.
Oh god. What in the hell?
Everything's all right.
Oh!
Either of you heard of Murder Mill? No. There was a whole string of disappearances. Kidnappings, really. Murders. So what was this guy's name?
God damn it, Dylan.
I don't think the police ever found this place.
Please let it be summer of 2024.
Whoever did this might still be here. We can't stay, okay? We gotta go. And cut.
Can't sing a Frank Stone.
When you make dangerous cinema, you walk a dangerous line.
When? Fuck.
Oh my god.
But when,
that is
though?
Such a cool trailer.
I think it's late 2024.
Did I see a hunting mask?
It has to be unavailable on PS5. I don't think they're going to get this on PC.
Murder Mill? Does that seems familiar? Fans might know that one. Super cool. It's so cool to see the way that the DBD universe is expanding.
Oh yeah.
I want to mention Project T. You saw a mention of the Insider program, so that's our team.
That's a good question. I don't know if it's going to be able on PS4. Maybe.
So you can join the Insider program to get up-to-date information on Project T.
I feel like maybe it depends on how the graphics. It might be too heavy for the PS4 to handle. I don't know. It depends.
The idea there is we're making the game with the community, so it's getting on the ground floor now.
Yes. With Project T, like Eric said, we are taking this idea to a whole new level with making the game with you instead of just making it by ourselves. So if you love Dead by Daylight and you want to help with this new session-based multiplayer PvE game and bring it to life, sign up for the Insider program so that you can be in the know and get next steps.
That's true. Yeah, Lies of P was on PS4. I mean, they are able to optimize it well, and they want to release it. I personally would release it on that.
Make it with our players. But the casting of Frank Stone is right on the horizon. So Supermassive, as hopefully folks know in the chat, they're just an amazing developer of single-player narrative horror games, and now we're bringing Dead by Daylight into that genre, and it's just so cool to finally be there. And it looks super terrifying. It looks super crisp and polished and awesome. I can't wait. So as you mentioned, wish lists do help a lot. So if you would do us a kindness, kindly give us a wish list. We would greatly appreciate it.
Yes, and speaking of Dead by Daylight, the PTB, I know a lot of you are itching to get into that. That will be at 1 p.m. as a reminder today instead of 12 p.m. So be ready to download that so you can go ahead and hop in and test out the new chapter.
I can't wait to see people's reactions to all the things that are.
Oh yeah, I cannot wait. Especially
it's at 10, brother. I can't. I'm gonna be able to play for what?
But,
10 minutes?
As we said,
I hate
this
these
is,
people.
we're getting pretty close to our live segment where it's going to be the live Q&A. So we'll have Justin. Different.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to play at PTB, by the way. At least not live.
This year's Twisted Masquerade in-game anniversary event.
I wish I would have told me that, because I would have just not streamed today at all. Hate it here. What do you want for the in-game celebrations? Oh
Back again. This time I'm joined by Justin Banks, our senior product manager. Justin, how are you?
I'm doing great. Happy to be back.
Yes, welcome back to the anniversary show. And what would an anniversary be without the Twisted Masquerade, right?
Dorothy.
So the Twisted Masquerade is back. It happens every year during our anniversary in-game, and Justin's here to talk about it. So what have you cooked up this year?
So this year we've got some amazing stuff. Honestly, I think it's our best anniversary event yet. But before we get to it, we have what we call before.
I think they say that every year.
So that is going to be starts right after this stream. So for everyone who's watching,
I fucking better get
once this is over,
a free burrito.
Play, and we've got lots of really cool stuff as a big thank you to all of the players. It's really stuff from all of DBD's history, and it includes a lot of presents.
I love presents. I know you love presents.
Free burrito.
Our community probably loves presents too.
I think
details.
So the details about said presents. We've got lots of login rewards, so lots of currencies for players to earn just by logging in whichever day throughout all of this. We've also got 2 recolored outfits, one for Meg and one for the Huntress, that players can earn through each week. So each week you'll be able to earn a different piece of this, so if you log in just once each of these initial 3 weeks, you'll get the full outfits.
I feel like this stream could have been like 45 minutes long.
Outfits. Now, each of these initial 3 weeks is going to focus on a different period of DBD's history, so a different collection of years. What that means is that we're going to have map boosts and outfit sales of character outfits that were released during those years. So we really want to take you through this history.
Yeah, go play Rocket League. I'm about to fucking shut this fucking stream down and go play Rocket League too.
That's really cool. Then the cool stuff that I think everyone's really going to dig is we have some currency boosts, a
How about you
different
dig
one
these?
for each week during Before the Masquerade. So for the first week, we have a blood feast. So 3 times the blood
Dude,
points.
I could give it
During
a
week
I
2,
already know this. You already
have
announced this.
3 times the rift fragments. So if you want to progress towards the rift, this is a very good chance to do it.
Like,
And during week 3, we've got 3
yeah,
times
he
the
did say dig.
So again, if you want to progress to the rift, this is also good, but this is a really good chance to earn some iridescent shards.
Damn.
I think he maybe is from the 70s. He seemed like a fucking Gen Xer.
The last week and a half, we'll be doing double XP and double blood
We
points,
know
right?
that.
We're doubling
Why?
down, yeah.
So everyone can play the new chapter. They can get hyped for the Masquerade. They can nab some of the older anniversary charms as well. Is that true?
Exactly. So we want to give people a chance who haven't earned them during previous years, to celebrate the build up to the event itself by earning, like some really cool Masquerade crows or things like that.
Awesome. Okay, so what about the event itself?
So the event itself, now we've tackled Before the Masquerade.
Yeah, can I play the new
big new
PTB
thing that is coming
instead of hearing to you
for
guys?
this year's Twisted Masquerade is the reveal of the host of the Masquerade, Trix herself. So players.
I don't
might
know.
have
Do you
seen
know
her
what?
interact
Maybe.
during
Maybe it
previous
is that.
anniversary events or during outfit
I don't know.
descriptions
It doesn't seem like it
referenced
though,
as
but
the
maybe
Mad
it is.
Designer or Zizzletrix. So she's finally making her appearance.
Who?
And throughout all of the event, we want to make it very clear, like, this is her party. She's everywhere. She's the entity's biggest fan, celebrating, holding this party in its honor.
Yeah, who the fuck is that?
And she's not a playable character, so we want to make that very clear.
Okay.
She is there pushing everybody to engage and celebrate.
I love that. So does this mean we're going to see a lot more of her in the Twisted Masquerade?
Absolutely. So we have a lot of the UI that is themed. You might have seen some last year, so we've done a lot of updating for that. We've got Father Campbell's Chapel coming back with the whole party taking place inside. Some updated
Greenville's,
content
on
in there
top.
to show that the party is progressing or dying.
Yeah, well, I
slightly
mean, they
to
said
fight
that's
some
like, oh,
corpses.
people would know the Murder Mill
Then
if
in
you were
addition
like
to
a
all that
fan
stuff,
of
really
DBD. So
for me in
like
the
I mean,
game,
like if you know the lore of
lobby,
it.
the
So,
loading
but you might be
screens,
right,
she's gonna
Dylan.
appear in
Actually,
trials. You will hear
You-
her
you-
laughing at you or cheering.
you know more than
on
I do
around
about that
gates.
stuff.
There's
What
really
the
voice lines
hell?
that's going to appear everywhere, really accentuating the gameplay. It's going to be amazing. Like we loved hearing all of the voice lines that we had recorded for this.
Yeah, bro, I really dig it.
With all that stuff, like we've got a lot of really cool gameplay that I'm going to talk about in just a second. But one thing I wanted to mention is that all of our event gameplay now is going to take place within a separate event queue.
Yeah,
So
I
if you
saw
want
that.
some of the normal DBD, like in the core mode, you can have that. But if you want the event stuff,
We dig
go
it,
over to
yep.
the really cool event queue and take part of Trix's, Twisted Masquerade. And I have to say as well, if you go to the core mode, it's still going to have a lot of the decorations, so you get the vibe with the core experience.
And that's a really good quality of life improvement over last year, right? Like giving players that option to choose. If they want to just do classic Dead by Daylight, they can with some extra flair on it, or they can choose the event queue.
I don't know about the
That's-
special announcement, so I'm waiting for that.
So you mentioned it. So what are some of the gameplay changes that are coming with Trix?
So Trix is bringing what we call her bag of tricks to the party. She wants.
I
to
got a bag
spice
of tricks
things
for
up.
you.
She wants everyone to have a lot of fun. So what we've got
Sorry.
is that as a match progresses, one of a
We dig
series
it, bro.
of abilities, or sorry, one of the tricks is going to be played on our players, and these are going to be things like giving everybody haste, giving people undetectable, spawning anniversary special chests or totems.
I'm dead.
Some
Like,
really cool
I
stuff that's
can't.
going to spice it up, and this is going to happen whenever 2 points are accumulated during a match. So at first I'd say one tricks actually takes place at the match start. Following that, whenever 2 points are accumulated from doing a gen, first hook, things like that, each gives
Ooh.
1 point. That is then going to trigger another tricks to maximum of 5 during a match. So like we want
For real, this long in the fucking video, the fucking like solving town,
is
fucking
actually activated.
goddamn
You're
FNAF.
gonna see
Jesus
Trix
Christ.
herself appear alongside or take the spot of one of the dancing marionettes. She's going to even deliver a line that hints at what has been played. So if you're not paying attention, she's going to give you this really cool audio cue.
That's awesome. And so in addition to all of that, I think we're also doing some sort of update for the invitation mechanic.
Yeah, absolutely. So the invitations last year, we had players run around, gather those, and you could either spend it to use an ability while inside a chase, or escape with it to help you earn a mask. This year, there's no need to escape with it to earn a mask. That's a different thing. And we've even added outside of chase abilities to the invitation. So if you're someone who doesn't necessarily want to always be chased by a killer or wants to have a more diverse use for it, we've added that. So survivors can now go into quiet mode, so making a lot less noise, and can even do things like quickly enter a locker without alerting the killer.
So quick and quiet?
It's super useful to get out of that chase right away.
That's fantastic.
Or if they're nearby and you don't want to alert them. For killers, they can now use an invitation to immediately send a downed survivor to a nearby hook. And as I can say from playtests, it's really fun.
I think the community
slugging incoming for the anniversary.
To play, but also, I think there's challenges we've added so you can earn masks, right?
Yeah, exactly. So this year, earning all of the masks is going to be related to engaging with event challenges and earning event currency. So all of them are going to be earned like this. That's going to be how you earn most of the rewards. And past masks and outfits that were earnable or in the store last year are also coming back. So if someone was not able to get those during previous years, those are all now going to be available inside the store for the duration of the event. And I have to say that we have also a licensed guest showing a mask this year, a Mr. Detective Tap.
Amazing. Amazing. That's so cool.
Look at those masks. Those are fantastic.
Here they are. Heck yes.
Those are cool. Those are cool masks.
Fantastic. Good Lord.
The Hague.
So it wouldn't be a party without lots of rewards. What can you tell us about the event tome?
So we've got a few staples that are coming back that we've done and seen huge success with in the past for the event tome. One is the community challenges. So we know people love to play together towards earning things. So we've got a lot of those.
Someone in the dick.
Engage with the event, work towards those targets, hit their own milestones. You know, I think they're going to earn some really pretty cool
I should have
stuff.
literally played TCM today. I'm
Also
not
in
kidding
the
you.
event tome is some really interesting lore about the observer discovering Trix's world. So if you want to know a little bit more about her, play those challenges, earn that lore.
Yeah. I dig
Really
most
cool
skull versions in Twin Mask.
I have to say the Twisted Masquerade is one of our favorite collections to work on every single year. As soon as the art team's concepts hit the table, or I guess the monitor screen these days, we're like enamored with them. Like, we love working on this collection. So this year we've got 2 new 100% earnable outfits that you can earn through the event. We have one for Bill Overbeck, another licensed guest making his appearance in the Masquerade.
Bill is getting an outfit?
Unknown, who is maybe trying to blend in a little bit at the party.
Successfully.
In addition to all that really cool stuff, we've got some Tricks-themed charms and player cards that people can earn. Now, obviously with Tap's mask making an appearance as a reward, there's someone who accompanies him. So if people check out the in-game store during the Twisted Masquerade, they'll be able to find a really cool event-themed outfit for the pig.
Yeah,
we are
it is.
huge fans of this. I mean,
shit.
It's got so many touches from the Saw franchise in there. I think it's amazing.
Pig fans were on the edge of their seats hoping you'd say that.
I can't take a photo of that.
Amazing. So we've covered a lot. Are there any last presents for the players that we haven't mentioned?
So there's a lot already, but we've got more. So the same as previous years, we're giving out lots of daily rewards to players. So there's going to be lots of currencies, like more blood points, more rift fragments, more Iris shards. We're going to have a huge login calendar throughout the entire event. People are going to be earning stuff no matter what they do. And for the first time,
yeah, that's as classic as the Ghost Face outfit. Yeah.
Logs in, we're going to give them enough event currency to get a single reward from the event. So as soon as you log in, we want to get you started and start enjoying the party.
I love that. Players are going to love that. Thank you, Justin, for your time and all that detail. So much detail. I hope people are psyched. Just as a note, the event in-game starts June 13th.
Okay.
But the Before the Masquerade event actually starts now, right after this show.
Cool.
Today. And there is one last thing that we have not mentioned. It's all part of this wrapper of celebration, and it actually ties back to Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, does it?
Yes. So very, very excited to say that we will be putting some Dungeons and Dragons Dead by Daylight dice. That's a lot of D's.
A lot.
A lot of D's?
In the merch store. You can pre-order it right now. It's not available.
I'm so sorry.
You can get your pre-order in right away.
I'm done.
In fact,
I'm done.
If you do the pre-order in the next 48 hours, you get a discount.
I'm done. I'm sorry.
Super psyched about this. There's tons of Dungeons and Dragons fans within the office.
A lot of
I'm
these,
sure there
apparently.
are in the community as well. So why not put them together with a cool new set of dice? And that is all we have. Unfortunately, Justin, you're done. Thank you for your time.
I was honestly always happy to be here.
So we're going to toss it now to Dork for our live Q&A, and we'll bring it home. Take it
Can the
away, Dork.
PTB be released early, please? Is that too much to ask? Like 30 minutes. Come on, I don't want to hear. Like, what is the live Q&A for? I'm gonna.
All right, well, I've been like teleporting all around today. Now I'm over here.
Sure have.
So we've covered so much content today. We've been talking about gameplay updates to Dead by Daylight, the 2v8 mode, the new titles, the Dungeons
Sounds
and
good,
Dragons
Manny.
chapter, and
No worries.
obviously with
I will
all of
probably
this
be able to
content
play
comes
for like maybe like
reloads of
15, like one match,
which
literally.
we will be taking the time to answer for you.
gonna suck,
I
but it's
say
fine.
we because it's me, Dave Rashad, and Justin Brown. So
Like
let's
I'm gonna
go
have to
ahead and
record
get
separately for
started.
the like
So,
PTB
for
content.
Dave, question 1. In the Dungeons and Dragons segment, you mentioned 2 bards and 1. What does that mean? Are we getting 2 unique survivors?
No.
No, they
there
already
is
said
one
this.
survivor, same perks, but
Yeah,
there's a
like
different customization system around this character. So it's similar
fucking
to what we've done with
manscaper I had
Legion.
over here.
So instead of having like normal head, torso, legs parts, for the bard we have head and torso in one piece, the legs in another piece, and the accessories. And so changing the head torso piece, you can modify which character you want to be.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, so question 2. How big of an impact will the Project T Insider program actually have on the finished game? I'll actually go ahead and take this one. We really want this project to meet player expectations at launch, so we want to make an open dev route, and this will allow us to proactively check in with you, our community, and fine-tune the game as we go. We'll be actioning insider feedback the whole time we're building the game, as your input and your insight will be highly considered throughout the entire process. So thank you. Question 3 for Dave. Will we see any existing Dead by Daylight characters in the casting of Frank Stone?
Maybe.
Ooh, well, I don't want to spoil anything. I can say that the game features a new cast of character. They're original. It's an all-new story, but there are a ton of little things here and there to discover linking to Dead by Daylight for the fans.
Okay, thank you. Now you got a little treat. All right, our next question, question 4 for Justin. In 2v8, you said that there will be classes for survivors, but not exactly for killers. What does this mean, and will more killers be added in the future?
They said
I'll
yes.
Start with the easy one. Yes, of course, there will be new killers added. Each iteration we do after this first one, we strive to add a few more killers as we move forward. As far as classes go, it's something that we're still really waiting for. There's a possibility we do something like a class system, but we're going to wait until we get this iteration into your hands and work with your feedback and see where we take it.
I mean, that's fair.
All right, thank you, Justin. Question 5. What is the difference between a game mode and a modifier for Justin?
Okay, it's just like what Matt said. A modifier is really something that takes a little piece of a standard trial and sort of adjusts it, like a darkness effect, maybe changing how fast or how many generators there are to do, or random perks. A mode is something that's going to fundamentally change the way the game's played, something really big and all-encompassing, something like 2v8.
All right.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I was going to say, Tyler.
Again, Justin, I got a question for you. Question 6. Can I duo killer with my friends in 2v8?
Absolutely. You can queue up with your friend. Nice. You know, we can get on Discord and talk to them and play killer together.
Okay. So I'm super excited for that. That's going to be amazing. All right. Our next question. Can we play 2 of the same killers in 2v8, Justin?
No. The easy answer is no, you won't be able to play 2 of the same. You'll be able to mix and match between the 5, but 2 of the same killer will not be available.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Can you imagine hearing both chainsaws revving? Like, oh, gosh. Overload. All right. Question 8. I didn't get my blood points from grade reset yesterday. Will I get them back? I'll go ahead and answer this one. Yes, we're working on refunding the missing blood points to players, and you should receive them within the next few days. Really sorry about that. Question 9. Can achievements and trophies be earned in the 2v8 mode when it releases, Justin?
The simple answer is yes. There are no specific 2v8 achievements or trophies.
Interesting.
But if you're making progress towards one that already exists, like how many generators you have to repair, progress
Got it. Okay, cool. Sweet. Awesome.
All right. Thank you. Question 10. Are there plans to keep 2v8 permanent after some iterations, Justin?
So this is something we're still working out. But I can tell you for sure, in year 9, it will not be permanent at any point. It's going to be an ongoing discussion. It's going to depend sort of the engagement level, the feedback we get from you, and when we feel the mode is fully ready before we continue those conversations.
Mm-hmm. So when the mode is active, make sure you are playing it. Okay, do this for us. So other than that, what is What the Fog couch co-op or online co-op only? I'll answer this one as well. What the Fog is online co-op only, available as soon as we find a fix for the website. Really sorry about that, but thank you so much.
That guy has a Lions.
Yeah,
he does.
All right, question 12 for you, Dave. Is Matt Mercer voicing Vecna?
Good catch. He is. We're super excited to have Matt Mercer bring Vecna to life in the trailer, in game.
It's awesome, especially having one of the kings of Dungeons and Dragons coming and voicing Vecna. What a treat.
Absolutely.
But we don't have any other questions. Thank you all so much for submitting your questions, no matter where you are watching from. And thank you so much, Dave and Justin. Regarding cross progression, just going to fill this in really quickly. We also want to reiterate that we can't share specific plans just yet, as we are still finalizing the last details. But rest assured,
just still discussing it with.
We are clear to do so. We
with
will,
PlayStation.
We plan to also push out a public FAQ. So once the FAQ is posted, we'll announce it across all of our channels for your full awareness. Once again, a big thanks to everyone who submitted questions, and we hope these answers were helpful, and we'll be talking more about this stuff in the next coming months. As a last gift for our players, if you're already signed up for the Dead by Daylight newsletter, you'll receive 250k blood points. And if you're not, you can still register until May 15th to get that sweet, sweet reward. And another big thanks once again to Justin and Dave for sticking around to answer all of these amazing questions. And since this is almost the end of our show, we don't want to forget that the PTB goes live in 22 minutes. So now we're going to have Eric and Matt here on the couch one more time to wrap up the show with one final surprise.
All right, this is it. This is the end. We've made it to the end of the show. It's been a great show. It's been a long show, and we thank you for sticking with us. We had so much to tell you about, so we had to do it all. But thank you so much. And look who's here to join me.
22 minutes,
the
holy
couch
shit.
over there, Mr. Matt Cote. Matt, welcome.
Thank you so very much.
Well, nice of you to make it at the end.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I
eventually got here.
Yeah. Well, I was a little late. Had some surprises to work on. It's always something.
That's true. But I think all the surprises are wrapped up for now. Thank you again.
Thank you,
Join
Eternal.
us on one of our upcoming streams. We're going to keep.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to
Maybe
play the
you'll join us
PTV
one
on
of our
stream,
upcoming streams.
like the actual PTV gameplay. I'm gonna record it and do a video
And that's it.
because yeah.
Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful. Yes.
I just want to say before we leave, so the people who have been with us until the very, very end, we have one last surprise for you. We like to close the show with a surprise. It's a bit of a tradition nowadays. So this summer, we are going to be welcoming yet another legendary set of characters into the Fog.
Who is it?
Dumb and Dumber?
I don't think we're supposed to say that. Featured in over 30 games, an animated series, an absolutely unforgettable soundtrack, and much, much more. We hope you are as excited as we are to welcome into the Fog this classic franchise.
What is this? What is it? The fuck is this? Wait, Castlevania. Fucking is it Dracula? Oh, it's fucking Dracula, bro. Oh, Castlevania, yes. Fuck me. No, it's from Konami. Nah, bro. What the fuck? Yo. Let's go. right, so unfortunately, since the stream took longer than I thought it would, let me see if I can switch over to this. Hold up. 1 second. For some reason, here we go. I don't know if my camera is here or not. Wait 1 second. For some reason, my stuff is busted. Okay. Okay, here we go. Kind of. Weird transition, but since, unfortunately, the stream took longer than I thought it would, and the PTB is not releasing for another 18 minutes, I'm not going to be able to play the actual PTB live on stream. So, this is pretty much the stream for today, unfortunately, just because I'm kind of restricted by time a little bit, and I don't want it to be a thing where I only just play a game. So, what I'm going to do is just record some PTB content when it comes out separately offline, and then have a video for you guys either tomorrow or Thursday. That's the best I can do in terms of that. So I'm very sorry about that. I didn't think that they were going to do a 2-hour stream pretty much, and the PTB wasn't going to be released for another 20 minutes after the fact. So I do apologize for that. But thank you so much for coming by. I really, really, really appreciate it. And I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll see you all around, and I'll have a video up for you guys either tomorrow or Thursday. Thank you so much. Take care.